think last time it was nice at 11. We'll see. Yeah. Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. How are you, Twisted Angel? Grand Rising, Divine. What's going on, Snuggles? I meant to tell you the other day, I love the new picture. It's totally like nostalgic and retro at the same time. Totally reminds me of one of my past lives. It's great. Like just the sepia tone and color to it, you know? Remember when they used to have those old pictures where like it was starting to become the sepia tone before they hit the black and white? Yeah. That like I'm in love with that era of like that sepia tone shit when they started to come out with that. That's like my era. Swing, like I know. I'm really old school, but you wouldn't necessarily know that. Like I love swing, I love jazz. Like, it's got to be my past life in that time, man. No wonder why I don't like cooking anymore, because I must have had a past life when I wore my hair up like that. Like, what's that one chick that you used to see? Like, I forget. And she used to be like this, and she used to have her hair up, and it was an old, I can't remember. It was like an old commercial for something, or was it salt? Maybe it was for salt. I don't know, but it was a yellow and blue, like, and she had a blue thing on it, and it just reminds me of it, like. And I was like, no wonder why. I mean, I love to cook, but I gotta have the hair up my ass to do it, because I know I lived a past life where I probably did nothing but cook and was in the kitchen, and I'm just like, it's not part of my mission this lifetime. Grand rising to each and every one of you beautiful souls. Thank you for being here this morning with me, with us. All right. There's a lot that's transpiring, a lot that's going on, so hopefully I can give some grounding for what's to come, because what you guys are starting to feel the energetic resonance of is not only this quantum shift that you've done in your own awareness, but we have Saturn that literally jumps into Aquarius, okay, on June 29th. And Saturn is the karmic planet, okay? And persistence guarantees the results that you want are inevitable. And this is why we've been talking a lot about if we focus on the eternal things, we will really remain unaffected by the change that Saturn brings. And that's not fear. It's change within each and every one of their own divine truth, okay? Saturn does govern time, okay? It's involved that longevity and strongness, you know, it rules a lot over the planet Earth. So this is why we ground a lot when Saturn comes back around karmically, because Saturn actually rules the Earth, the dirt, the minerals, the crystals and stuff like that. So Saturn, you know, is a structural form of hierarchies and stuff like that. So you may see different levels of hierarchies, of course, crack and crumble. And this is why we were talking about the authoritarian level, in a sense, on all levels, not even government and Congress, but we're talking about spiritual authority too. You're going to see those who truly hold spiritual authority and those that don't, because Saturn governs that karma aspect. So you're really going to see a lot of change that really will change the phases of our lives in different ways. And this is for good. This is like, you know, it serves an emphasis here on places and spaces that bring foundation. It destroys illusions, you know, and this is why a lot of the energy that you guys have been, you know, you can't take shit personally when Saturn comes around, because Saturn is just teaching you what you need to look at and what you need to fix. And so this is the energy that's playing out right now in the collective already. And so it's beautiful to actually see. We haven't even jumped into this yet. And so they said self-served. So a lot of people are going to receive their self-served karma because of what they have made up in their own illusions and own intrusions, is what they're saying here to me right now. It's about humility. It's about wisdom. It's about peace. It's really like Saturn will humble your ass. This is why there is such a chokehold right now in different ways on the collective, because this is one way that the divine creator uses the energy planetarily to work with the collective. Okay, everything's intertwined, right? And so a lot of people, they're coming to their own awarenesses. This is why it's perseverance here. It's perseverance. Perseverance is literally going to be those things that remain unaffected. And if we focus on the eternal and everlasting beings that we are, and we remove the limitations and the expectations and the emotions in which rule those expectations, you are mastering your ego in this matrix. And that's what this is about, is removing the emotional attachment to things, to places, to finances, to all things, so that it can get you down to the bare roots of your foundation of what you are and your connection that you have thus far, and the connection that you bring here to Earth, because our energy sustains Mother Gaia. It's a reciprocity. But what they've done for such a long time with the Anunnaki is literally take our energy from us, so that we were in a place of dis-ease, disorder, distrust, okay, to where we could not serve that reciprocated energy between us and Gaia, because we are here to elevate Gaia to the next frequency. And if they could keep us self-servient, we would not be able to do that. So this is all part of the prophecy. This is all part of why we are ascending too, because we ascend with Gaia, because it's the natural order state of things. We respond to the sun, which is a physical representation. Don't say which one right now. We're not going to get into that. I fully understand that. I'm fully aware of that, but that's not what this is about. The physical representation of the real sun, okay, for those that need that classified to feel better, all right, is literally the energy that resides. So those solar things that have been coming from the planets, that have been coming from the sun, those things is what wakes us up, okay? It's what rejuvenates us and helps us remember the places of dis-ease, disorder, and distrust, okay? And so what you are going to see is the authority be removed from people who were in self-service and didn't really have the spiritual authority that you thought they did, or which existed. So when we as readers start to give you guys messages and readings about karma this, and this is coming to light this, and this is coming to light that, there is the balance, okay, of the darkness coming to light, but also the good. So this is why you're seeing such a balance here between all these blessings coming in, but then all this karma being emerged too. It has all to do with the planetary alignments and the shifts in the realities, okay? And so you now are going to see how things that really have a spiritual foundation grow, because this is a part of the persistence guarantees the result is inevitable. So when you stay persistent on your destiny, on your eternal, okay, that will remain unaffected, it's not easy, because you're removing all these emotions and all these connections where you have given your power away externally, so that you could not play the divine game of favorability, is what they're saying here to me. So that you would be lost around your way, so you would stay in the victim mentality. The ego is literally a microchip that was placed by the Anunnaki to keep us in self-inflicted, self-victimization. That ego imprint, that's what you're beating. That's part of the matrix. The ego wants to survive, and so does your soul. And those of us that are waking up in their third strand DNA, okay, this is why a lot of things are changing and elevating, is because everything is changing and elevating all at once, but it's different per the different realities and different dimensions that are laid out to be based upon your perception. There could be 11 to 13 different outcomes based upon which one the collective chooses to see and pull into the divine prophecy. So this is why there's so much distortion and so much chaos and so many things trying to knock you out of your personal reality, because if they can get you knocked off energetically, guess what? You're not in the vibrancy of the frequency of light and love to make that reality not occur. You're now fully understanding the energy of alchemy is what they're saying here to me. You're realizing how no longer magic is make-believe. It's just not made the way that it was shown to you to be perceived. So you had to take off your rose-colored glasses and make a choice. The red pill, the blue pill, no choice at all. Wondering, waiting if time would fall to hear the call. Yeah, I heard you next. All right. So this is where you are reclaiming your power within your own divine flower to then reverberate that energy in the give and take exchange with Mother Gaia. So this is why the divine feminine is on the forefront of waking up and gaining so much power. It also has to do with this Saturn energy here that's at play. So it's understanding of all things. So when these things come back to you karmically to show you what you're dealing with here, this is a beautiful thing, because once you know better, you do better. And you can tell me you know all the way. You know what? I'm a smart motherfucker too. But I got myself in my way a few times along in my day. Let me tell you the different ways, man. Because this is where I got caught up. Is because it was me against me, and a life full of distrust and dis-ease and disorder, because I thrived in chaos and I didn't know a place of peace, because when I got to peace, it was chaos here within my mind. And I had to learn to literally sit here and change the way that I heard the voices, and change the way that I heard the spirits, and change the way that my own ego tried to literally do things to me in which I would never necessarily do, because I was in a different place, because it was trying to survive, and so was my soul. You have to take these things because it's building your strength, it's building your fortitude, it's building your longevity. And when it comes back around to have you look at these things, it's going, hey, listen, knock, knock, knock. Hey, listen. It's not coming from a place of defensiveness, because we are too emotional. We are too tied into our emotions here. And so this is why you're learning to not be defensive when you see certain things or hear certain things, because it's the detachment of all things, even what you think yourself to be in this reality. That's not easy. Watch all the organizations that are about to crumble and fall, okay? It all comes down to choices, man. Look, it all comes down to your own internal choices. It's beautiful because now so many of you understand, you know. So when you know, you can then bring the experience in to physically understand how to make the energies work for you. But until you physically experience those things, you can't necessarily understand those things on all levels. So this is why a lot of you have had to be trained through many different devils, is what they said, okay? I know. They're urging me to read what I wrote yesterday, Jay, but I can't get it off my phone right now because I'm live. All right. There was a beautiful channeling that I channeled in yesterday, man. And I can't get it off my phone. I don't know if I can, I don't think they can still hear me if I go to my notes and pull it off, man. They can't, can they? The fortune, the power. The fortune and the power, it's all yours within the divine hour, because you've started to see how the perception of your reality and your frequency puts off the energy. And now this is why your most cherished virtues are coming into your reality, because of the level of the understanding of the work that you have done in finality, is what they said. So this is a lot of cycles closing out here too, before this energy of Saturn comes in and governs the karma. So both sides are getting served with karma here, whether you've done these things over the past year. It's basically like the persistence that you've had for the past year in working on you and working in business and working in this and working on those things here are going to, the results are inevitable, because Saturn is coming back around, not only to give karma, but receive karma from those that have done things out of torment and greed and done things in self-servicing. Woo! I don't think. Hold on. They're urging me to get tech savvy here, and I'm not tech savvy as shit by any means. Hold on. I don't think that's gonna work. But I know I can access. No. Un momento, por favor. I'll be right back. Alright, I think I did it. Hold on, guys. I think I was tech savvy enough to go in. Just give me a second to access my drive here. I sent the document over to Drive. Let's see if it's there. If it's there, because they want me. Yep, it's there. Alright, they want me to read this to you. This literally came in from the Divine yesterday, and it literally was a 4-hour, like, literally a 4-hour spread that I wrote over this, like, it came intermittently within a 4-hour period, let's just put it that way, and it's kind of broken up here as I just went from a notepad on my phone to uploading it here. So give me a minute. Yeah, I'll just have to scroll down. You'll just have to bear with me here. Let me turn this down, because this is huge. This is gonna spark something inside of you. See, when they give me these channelings sometimes are for me to share. Other times they're not, but they're always being shared in divine timing, because it sparks something inside of someone or something here. And this is why they have me read these things at different times intermittently. But this is something in full that nobody has ever heard yet. Yeah, I don't even think Jay's heard it in full, to be honest with you. I haven't even gone back and read most of it. So here we go. Inner earth and outer earth are about to merge. This will no longer leave your voice unheard. You found peace in the silence, left behind so much violence, only to become vulnerable once more, that left you on your knees in front of my door. Voices churned as your emotions burned, trying to find peace in the silence once more. Tender pieces finally put together in one frame, not from disdain, but because you finally remembered your name from which you came. The demons in your brain from which you came, you had to learn to refrain until nothing but my voice remained. You had to learn that the spirits of disdain already knew your name, because you came to complete your destiny once more. Turning the pages, you learned from the sages how to find peace in the silence, moving away from the spiritual violence. Your life you knew was never going to be a bore. The energies of the enemies knew when you were born. This is the meticulous beginning of our sequel. You had to learn that you were not created equal. Your frequency and light were that of mine. This I had to teach you in due time, and soon you would learn that everything would work out just fine. Trusting the process puts you humans in such distress. Time is not equal. That's why this is the beginning of the second sequel. You are my people. The spaces in between is where you had to be sewed up in the seams so your light could be. And that was it. That was the channel, and there's continuation there, but I haven't gone back into meditation to receive the continuation. So, because when I go into meditation, it's a deep process. It's not an hour or 2 hours. It's a 4-hour process in which I go through. So that was huge, and I guess I was supposed to share it with each and every one of you, so that was beautiful. Thank you for allowing me to share that with you. So some of these channelings that I receive are on a very deeper understanding here of the in-between, and those things will spark inside of you what your soul or your higher self needs at that moment to resonate with some piece of understanding here to help you move through the densities, all right? So it's all about your own power. It's all about your own fortune here. It's literally coming to these, it's Saturn's going to deliver karma in both energies here. So this is why you're seeing both things. This is why you're seeing you guys receiving inheritance, spiritual inheritance, you guys receiving blessings, but also then you're also hearing and seeing readings about karma being served and so on and so forth. It's because this is what is part of the destinies within each and every one of your own realities, because you're remembering who you are and how you came from such a place, such afar, is what they just said. So this is a lot of what we call like a lot of inner work that has been done. A lot of you are here. It seems as though is that there's a lot of you, but when you break things down into the different realities and the different dimensions and the different places to be, there's not a lot of people that are in this place of eternalizing what these things necessarily mean or are from a higher perspective. So I guess I'm supposed to say kudos to you, or congratulations to you for your awareness here. All right. So it's all about you making the choices. It's a lot about slowing down to and seeing that you don't have to necessarily take ambitious, risky moves. Like you can literally go through a process of internalizing divination and allowing things to be shown to you, where a lot of you went through what the what the natural gods and goddesses went through of persistence, but also rushing the process of things where they did not have eternal patience. And so you guys are learning eternal patience and removing these affected areas within your being based upon a different level of vibration frequency. So it's all a movement here in different realities of the way that these energies are going to play out, and it really depends on, are you in or are you out? Which side are you on? Which wolf will you feed? All right, will you come back to me is what was just said. The eternal light in which I gave you is what the last piece of that was, and like it came in intermittently while I was taking a drink, so I apologize there. The eternal light in which I gave you. Okay, so sometimes I have cheeky, funny spirits that come in here too after higher energies take off here and back up for a moment. And this one said it's all a play anyway in multiple different realities. It's all basically a show, and they're basically saying, which way do you want to go? What reality do you want to play into? They're all pieces of you. But which frequency you pay attention to is the one that you will pull into your reality in the 4th and 5th density. So that's why they're really talking about there could be 11 to 13 different outcomes, before it's all said and done in the transitional process of the frequencies here. Somewhere in that process of 2030. So they've always shown me that 2025 to 2030 is literally the deconstruction, the rebuilding process. So, which is a lot of what you're seeing the collective even deeper, on a deeper level, go through, is to the awareness of what is going on, what they're here to do, pieces and parts of their destinies. They're bringing back up images of last year, and a lot of planetary energy with Aries and Mercury and Mars. And we've had some recently again But this is where this really kind of forced you guys last year into a different type of spiritual reality of pieces and parts of your serving process, in a sense. What I mean by that is what you're here to do. Like, how are you going to take the knowledge and the wisdom that you have gained and actually put that to use? So now you're starting to open up different opportunities and doorways so that you can be seen and your light can be shown once more. So this is why a lot of you are coming out of the hermit mode process, because you're learning to use your utensils once more. You're gaining more confidence and you're gaining more love about things, but you're falling more in love with yourself and what your natural light brings. Are you done now? Okay. Alright, guys. That's crazy. I got something caught in my throat, so. That was exciting and disgusting all at the same time, because literally, that was not cool. Alright, here we go. It's always something in my reality like that when it comes to spirit. It's hilarious. So, let's jump in. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for sitting here with me and receiving what it was that you were supposed to hear in that moment in time. I always say take what you need, but give back what you take. So what that means here is when I say give back what you take it into your own reality and take that knowledge and turn it into wisdom. Allow yourself to sit with that. This is sometimes why I don't get to come back on here for a few days, because I am told that sometimes my collective messages are so heavy because of the energies of where it comes from with the Creator's embrace, that it takes a couple days for the energies to settle in here so that people can get used to an absorption of the new energy that was just brought to their awareness. So that's sometimes why I don't get to come back on for a couple days, is actually not only because my schedule is busy sometimes, but also because of the fact is that the Divine's like, nope, they gotta sit and marinate with that for a minute. Okay. So it's always a privilege, it's always an honor, it's always a blessing when I get to sit here with you guys. So thank you. I have no idea what the fuck is going on here. This is a disastrous mess. Leave it up to fucking Tweedledee and Tweedledum to fucking confuse the shit out of me before we've even begun anything.
She put down for an extended for Steph. That's why she paid for 3. God, I can hear myself so clearly.
God, that made my head hurt. Okay. Okay, give me a second. So, we've got a full for Steph, a full for Wit, and a full for Denise, right? Is that correct? Yes. Okay, so wait a minute. The full tarot is for Steph. The full psychic and tarot is for Wit. And the full psychic and tarot...
It's extended for Steph.
Okay, so okay. God bless America. Like, what the fuck? Such discombobulation. Okay. So, Steph is the psych. Wit is the tarot fool. Denise.
She apologized in advance.
I can hear them all in my head. That's what's fucked up about this. That's the even funnier part. Alright. I'm laughing at Denise right now because of the fact is that literally, like, she's like, who, me? Causing problems? I'm not causing no problems. She's like, that had nothing to do with me. She's like, why am I getting blamed for their crazy? Alright. Alright, thank you guys. You can't take up. You have a lovely day, Raven. Yes, you did miss the collective. We are about to jump into personal readings here. And definitely, if there's, it all intertwines, in some sort of way. So, if there's something that, you might need to pick up or might need to hear, you can hang out for a little bit and see what that may be. Or you can grab a, link in the bio and you can get a personal reading. In the background, personal readings are all different prices depending on what you're looking for and what you need. But everything is done through Zoom and recorded there. And I got to send out recordings today like crazy. So I've got this week's full of recordings that I got to send out. So here we go. I'm going to start with you, Steph. The way that they want me to do this, Steph, is first and foremost, I'm going to jump in and they want me to look at your, we're going to go inside here. Thank you. Right away, they pulled me to your liver and they told me that you need a cleanse, okay? There's a lot of built up lymph that you've got going on right now. And so they're talking to me about you actually doing some type of cleanse here to process that through your liver and your lymph. The next thing that they're showing me here is one of your guides always does this to you, and they always say this to you. They always go, "You're a mess." Okay, so like literally one of your guides always likes to literally like bust your balls per se. Yeah, bust your balls per se. It's a lot of that like native kind of energy. You know what I mean? The islander, So if you have a guide that refers to themselves as the islander, this is that type of energy here. They're also giving me the energy here of a diffuser. Okay, no lie, like I literally just sat here and drew a diffuser, not even realizing what I was doing until they told me what it was that I was drawing. And they're literally talking about a diffuser. So they with the diffuser, this has been coming up a lot. Cedar bark. Cedar bark is in a beautiful essential oil that you can actually diffuse throughout your home to bring a lot of balance there. Okay, so they're talking about cedar bark and bringing the balance of your home in. So it's really now, right now, I really feel is that they're having you focus on things around your home and things outside of your home. It's a connection that you're actually building here with your home. It's almost as if like you're starting to pay attention to the energy more and more inside of your home and seeing how that energy is really a reflection within you and what you need. This is the art of symbiosis. So this is beautiful because if like your home tells you that you need, that it wants more plants or more gardening or more flowers here, then that's something that you need too, is to put your hand more so in the dirt here. Your feet in the dirt are very important here too because of the vibrational frequencies that are trying to elevate through you. And it's not even about you. It's not even about you grounding. It's the reciprocity of the energy of the connectedness and the divine feminine within your own personal self, but in your community and in your collective here, that you can actually transmit with Gaia. So you're not holding on to so many of these energies that feel like there's always an attack square on the middle of your back, man. There's like this triangle, and I understand it because it has to do with your central nervous system and the basal ganglia in between your shoulder blades here that come off of C7 there. And literally what's happening is this is where you're getting energetically attacked, not only by the frequencies in which you work at, but also you're getting attacked by the frequencies in which interject on your reality. And so a lot of this energy needs to be removed from your body here too. So this is why they're wanting you to do a cleanse. See, everything is connected. So they're wanting you to do a physical cleanse of your body for the lymph, for your liver, but then they want you to cleanse these energies more and more energetically here too. So everything is energy, right? So when it happens energetically, it's going to come out some way, shape, or form physically. And this is part of the realization that you're having. You're like, okay, so every time energetically X, Y, and Z happen, then all of a sudden this happens like I'm a mess inside, or my body's doing this where I don't want to necessarily eat, or my body's doing this. So it's almost like you're starting to really see the energy here of symbiosis between you and certain things in your reality. And if you're not doing this, this is what they want you to pay attention to in your reality here. So it's really important, as we've spoken to you before here, about you removing those energies and trying different ways. If it doesn't fall off, if it doesn't feel like that energy comes off, try a new way of doing things. Don't just rely on one thing, is what they're telling me. Okay? Because as you move, people don't realize how much they're moving through these dense energies. Like, rapidly. Okay, like as soon as people are coming to awareness of things, that modification or that perception is changed. This is why people are manifesting things faster in this energetic resonance here. Okay, so the way that you're moving through these densities and through these energies are a lot heavier than what you're used to being through. So this is why you've got to spend more time here removing these energies from your auric field and from your body, because they come out physically like this, causing internal problems here. IBS, indigestion, high cholesterols, energy not moving throughout the body properly. So this is the disorder that is energetic, that comes out in a dis-ease in our bodies. So that energy then also permeates our bodies, and then that is what makes our emotions sometimes go absolutely chaotic and awry. So then our emotions are our energy, so then the universe responds to our energy. So when our frequency is not in alignment and it's off, it's putting out different types of emotions, which are energy, which is what your universal response is coming in. So frequency, I got to say this yesterday because this is where they gave it to me. They gave it to me when I was with a mentee yesterday. They said frequency equals light, which equals love, which equals your energy. Frequency equals light equals love, which is your energy, which is what you put out. And that is what they're trying to get you to pay attention to, of how this comes into your energetic plane, energy-wise, emotional-wise, and then physically. Because you're starting to see the separation in the detachments, okay? See, we need a little bit of that salt content, so it's not just water. This is why you hear the talkings of Celtic salt and stuff like that, because it doesn't, straight water doesn't produce the right hydrogen atoms that we need to actually stay hydrated. And so this is one of the reasons here too that they have pushed a lot of like plant structures, because you're no different than a plant, right? So the photosynthesis and all of those things that you have internally here are the structures that you're trying to gain. So it's not just about drinking water, it's about drinking hydrogenated water, and that Celtic salt helps do that, so that you retain more of that water rather than it just flushing out of your system. Okay, so all right, so that is that piece there. So there's a lot there that you can take with. Let's see what's coming in personally, physically here for you over the next 72 hours here. There's a lot of buzzing going on. So this tells me there's a lot of different frequencies that are around you. Okay. Sometimes, okay, so what's coming in here is a lot of companionship this weekend. Okay. There's a lot of where you are leaving a lot of old behaviors and old emotions behind. Hear me out. The companionship comes out, and then the judgment card comes out. So this is absolution. This is truth. This is you leaving behind these old energies the old energies of past things, past behaviors that no longer serve you, and coming into the new, right? Because the old is in the casket, the new is what's coming up. And so this is the new birth of something. This is why Archangel Gabriel is blowing the trumpet there, right? And so these people are coming out of the caskets down there, and their old life is in the casket. And that's what this really represents here. And it's absolution and it's truth and it's new and it's birth and it's brand spanking new. So, what I am seeing here is you relieving a lot of codependent emotions here, is what they were telling me. So, a lot of the times you would go to your partner for emotional codependence to make you feel safe emotionally. This has been one of your downfalls in all your relationships, is that you've gone to other people to make you feel emotionally safe. But this is where you've given away your power here. And so this is a piece of the old you that you're leaving behind through this transition here, is what they're showing me. So it's really you removing a lot of emotional codependency of people or things outside of you to give you that validation that you're okay. So this is a huge piece here. It's like marital beliefs and a lot of like self-indulgence to make yourself feel good, right? And so now you're learning how to make yourself feel good, how to fall in love with yourself. Yeah, look, the Empress just completely popped out. This is a new energy. You're in a new cycle here that's coming up, that's going to hit you in the next 72 hours. You're going to feel a lot of peace. You're going to feel a lot of flowers. That's cute. So basically, this was like your spiritual court giving you your flowers here. Okay. This is the energy that's available to you over the next 72 hours if you choose to leave behind these energetic pieces of you and do those things that your team has guided you to do, and remove the conventional layers here of what you think you need versus what you truly need in your authenticity and reality of allowing somebody else to fill up your cup, when you are now really going within to understand and learn how to trust rather than to get that validation somewhere else. You're really working with yourself, your higher self, and starting to really come into a newer understanding of not leaning on all of those things in the in between outside of you. All right. All right, Miss Wit, I've got you full. Yeah, I feel that. It's cute, isn't it? You like that? Yeah, me too. All right. Thank you for your compliment. All right, here we go. Somebody on your team said just for fun. So they want me to grab a different deck for you specifically here, just for fun. Now, Wit's getting a full tarot here, guys. So this is gonna kind of go in depth of past, present, future energies here. So let's go with, let's dive in and see what it is here that you need to forget, what you need to stay present with, and what you have available to move into. Ups and downs. So this is past energy. There's a lot of work that you have gone through in this up and down energy here. So it's basically like there's been setbacks, but there's been advancement too. So you're seeing how the wheel is literally simultaneously working for you, is what they said. This is past energy, though. A lot of things are starting to come in now and glow, is what they just said to me. A lot of things are now changing in your energetic resonance here. You're no longer going to feel like you're in the void or in the in between here, is what they're saying to me. Okay. Hold tight, it's about to get real. So here we go. This is the second appeal. That's interesting. All right, here we go. What is our present energy, since that's our past here, Spirit? Spiritual work. So your present energy here is literally a lot of spiritual work. So you're doing a lot of different inner work right now. There's inner work that you're looking at. And I don't feel like this is like you digging into anything whatsoever by any means. Okay, this is more about you seeing past things to, thank you, recognize the advancement. Excuse me, transmuting your energy for you here too. Hoo-wee. All right. You being able to recognize the advancement in you. Okay. So it's basically like you coming to more of a realization and insight here that better serves your needs based upon past experience. So you could say the reflection of the moon card, but it's more so than that. It's where it's almost like two of these pieces of you have merged together, but you're also seeing yourself from past events. There's a recall that you're going to be able here to do soon, and this recall is like a, they're giving me a chunk of time relevant to you. They're giving me around the age of 5 or 7 here. There's a chunk of time around 5 to 7 that has been missed upon you. This is because of some type of new placement within you. And what they're telling me is they're going to show you something there. Okay? That's coming in within the next 24 hours. This is like present energy. So it's almost as if like I'm recalling nostalgia and things from the past where I am seeing how those things could never last, because the only thing inevitable is change. When I change to higher dimensions and different planes, the spiritual work that you are doing and that you have done is prepping you for your newfound fun, where more of the lightheartedness, more of the soulful energies, and the less prideful experiences are what you are going to be available to experience for you. They keep showing me life possible. So there's a lot of inner work that you've done here to yourself to try to stay true in the best way that you possibly could lead you, is what they just said. Connections. And there's a prickly situation coming up, but I feel like this is with finances and with your, you have a rite of passage. Yeah, I feel like this is with finances though. But I feel like this is with finances once you decide to go. It's almost as if like the prickly situation that you're going to be involved in is going to involve your home life where you're at now. And like you're building connections and you're being asked to bridge more gaps and build more connections with people here. It's true. So you really are starting to already bridge these gaps within people. You're really starting to help people in different ways here. But the prickly situation is because you are going to move in this rite of passage. Your current situation is literally coming to a means to an end here, and you're making the best of uncertain times. So the connections that you are starting to make and the bridges that you're starting to gap are going to fall into place, so that what's crumbling down around you will not be impacted. So what that means is like they literally just gave me a plane impacting into land here. And it's almost as if like it will not cause like this massive combustion and fire destruction. It's literally more so of a smooth transition, but they're getting you aware for the energetic and emotional prickly situation that you will go through to get to this rite of passage here. But there are a lot more connections that are coming in for you in the next 72 hours. You and I got to get together and see when you're going to jump on with me and do some reads next week. So it's like almost like this involvement here with you moving forward and you taking on your rite of passage is going to cause a prickly situation for you at home in your endeavors as you work through these foundations and move from one place to another, is what they just said. Yeah, yeah, most definitely. Are you serious? All right. She's being a little. She wants me. She wants me to pull at least one tarot. Like the girl that loves to play, that loves the throat tarot, came down just to throat tarot here today. God love her, and she's like, just one, just one, and I'm like, okay. The Page of Cups and the Star. You so she's like, see, you can't make this up. I love you too. So this is really about the new. This is really about something new here too. The Page of Cups has Ollie all over it, okay? And this is a new endeavor where you're going to be able to pour more into both things and have more of a balance of the finances of what you need, also your business life, but also then the home life with Ollie. It's like all round robin balancing is what they're saying here to me. There will no longer be an in between, which is giving me the essence here that they're giving me the Four of Wands. So there'll be foundation, there'll be stability. There won't be any more of this uncertainty or unshaky ground. These things are really going to come into existence here, where you're going to start and see multitude of change in the next 72 to, did you really just say 72 to 48 hours? You really did, didn't you? From the next 72 to 48 hours. Yes, I know you speak backwards, but you caught me off guard that time. All right, here we go. All right, Miss Denise. Thank you. Yeah, it's beautiful. All right, here we go, Miss Denise. Link is in the bio, guys. If you guys would like a reading here, you're more than welcome to tap into that. All right, it's 33 for a mini, 44 for a full tarot read, and 66 for psychic and tarot at the same time here. That's the extended in-depth that you guys have seen. So, D, they want me to start here with you with the cards, and then I'll jump into seeing these things for you. Be careful of the energies that you consume when you go to Vegas here too, because they don't want the energies to affect you personally and bring up things that are not necessarily good for you energetically. So they're talking about your seizures here. So be careful, because when you go to different energies and you're so sensitive to energies here, the ley lines and the energies, not only of the people, but of the frequencies around, can actually charge you up or bring you down, is what they said here. So just be very mindful of the energies that you're feeling, of the up and downs here. So we're going to get into past, present, future here, and then I'll jump into seeing. All right, new life. And that's cute, because this is basically past energy right now, is what they're telling me, where you've stepped into a whole new life in the past 3 weeks, okay? The past 3 weeks. There's forward movement coming here, and it even has a horse on it just for you. Isn't that beautiful? All right, you're having a lot of flashbacks right now in this present time, and deja vus is what they literally just said to me out of nowhere, okay? So there's a lot of flashbacks and deja vus that you're having. This is showing you that you're actually moving forward through the timeline of events to get you to your highest placement, is what they're telling me here right now. So you stepped into a whole new energy. You could use the term as you quantum shifted in your reality, is what was just said to me. So you stepped into this whole new energy, which was the quantum shift about 3 weeks ago, and now you're really going to start and see movement here through the timelines and the different versions of you based upon the deja vu experiences that you have in your reality, is what they're saying to me right now. You're planning for the future through and through. The future card comes out. So this is all about you. This is all about what you want for the future here. This is all what you want to bring into your reality, but you're very present here while you're planning for the future endeavors here too, in your mentality. So you're very balanced here in your reality of staying in the manifestation state, but also balancing out your physical reality here of staying present in what you need to pay attention to. You're working more and more with people here too. So I don't know if it's more work at the barn or more people that you're coming in contact with energetically, but they're showing me more and more people that are coming into your energy here. So I really feel like this has to do with Vegas here too. There's some type of networking that's going to go on in Vegas here too, that is outside of the group that you are there with here too. I'm going to pull in more into that. But this also does have to do with future endeavors. So they just said make contact. So there's some type of new contact that you're going to make out there, is what they're telling me here. Let's clarify here with this new life here and this movement and this flashback. Yeah, okay, so they literally sat here and gave me the Eight of Swords in reverse. So you finally saw through something, okay? You finally decided to break free of your own personal chains here in that reality, out of your own mentality. You finally decided to come out of your own distress and disdain and start to learn how to really play the game for your own personal plane. Okay, thank you. That was really slow. So long story short, it's like literally where you had to see how you had to unstuck yourself. No, I'm not saying that. Peanut gallery. If you could think of the other word that just back there, the peanut gallery that just like to chime in, Mr. Spicy back there, he literally just wanted to step in and say, because you F-bombed your own reality because you thought it was your finality. So like you were thinking things had to be one way, and then you started to learn how to play the game, and you started to play the game differently within your own mentality. Thank you, sir. And the peanut gallery has spoken back there. So this is where you are making forward movement. Now there's a lot of that deja vu and flashbacks. They're giving me the world card personally here. Yeah, so you're moving. Look, the Six of Swords here. So literally, that's hilarious. You're taking the knowledge of what you know, what you have, and you're moving here to grow. Now there's also the energy here that you're physically, obviously you're traveling. We already know that you're traveling. But there's also movement here to a more permanent endeavor is what they're showing me. But this is based on this future reality here of what I'm seeing here. So it's almost as if like this Six of Swords is not only saying that you're moving very quickly through the densities, and you're moving very quickly through those things that you thought to be. So like you're transmuting energy very quickly. You're coming into new awarenesses very quickly. You're coming into awareness of what you need to fix, and you're fixing it very quickly here. So that's that energy there too. This is why you're jumping through the deja vus here too, showing you that you're on the right path to your destiny and moving to the highest timeline in your reality. Okay, thank you so much. And so what I'm seeing though here too is a physical place in your reality that you're going to be moving to or going to. They're giving me the by the end of August this will be true. There's a physical move that's coming for you. By the end of August it will be, shut the fuck up. By the end of August, it will be in its finality. Okay, this is absolutely huge. So literally, it will be in its finality here by the end of August too. There's a new financial opportunity, of course. And once you take that opportunity that drops on your shoulders, there's still things that you have to move through and walk through, but that makes those things a lot easier. It's like literally when you go through, once you receive this opportunity, you're going to step through another type of reality here. Okay, the Sun card comes out, which is all about that child energy, which is all about that enlightenment, which they're telling me dreams really do come true. So of course they've got the sunflowers on that. It's all about the enlightenment and future things coming in that you have wanted to ensue, okay, which means pursue. All right, there's that piece. Now they're showing me misfires. Give me a second here. They're showing misfires here up my spine. Almost like I'm getting energy surges here. Give me a second. Because I was just like getting little things, and this has to do with you. Okay, something about opening up these things. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so they just showed me the vagus nerve, and they showed me that these energetic zings are happening because they want you to reset your vagus nerve, okay? Through different breathing techniques. So they want you to do this. You can look this up in different ways here, but they're showing me your esophagus and everything. They want you to reset your vagus nerve because of all the work that you've been getting done through your sacral area and your kidneys here is what they're showing me here too. So the acupuncture that you've been getting has been opening up your fire meridians more to where there's been more balancing is what they're telling me right now and showing me here. And now you need to balance out your vagus nerve here to stay in balance with the work that they've done before you become imbalanced once more. And that imbalance would cause your seizures and these energetic sparks. So I also feel like there are energetic surges that you're getting that allow you to feel different states of euphoria. Okay. Here too is what they're giving me within your body system. They know that eating is not a priority for you, but they're asking you to start and make it a priority. So they're telling me that especially in the afternoon, you get low energetically. And so they're telling me for you personally that eating is not a priority and they would like for you to make it a priority. Okay? Because you're energetically absorbing more energy here. You're transmuting more beings, is what they're telling me, in your community as well. And you've got to make this a priority, even if it's something small. Some like small burst of like protein here to give you a more sustainable energy. They're giving me the essence of your feet here too. So this energy is going to surge through your feet. So you're going to either start and get really hot feet or really cold feet. And this energy is getting blocked here by this vagus nerve. So this all comes together here. I feel this pressure here too. Thank you. They brought me back to the back of my head here, and I don't know why there's this pressure on the back of my head. It's not mine. It has to do with you because they showed it to me on you, and it's like literally this type of pressure on the back of my head. They're wanting you. Thank you. There's an because of the vagus nerve, there's an imbalance between your roots and your occipital nerve, which is blocking off some of your seeing here capability because there's a new way of seeing or you seeing more in detail. And so they're showing me that you're getting a lot of heavy pressure in the back of your head. They want you to balance out your occipital. If you start and just balance out this vagus nerve, it'll put that piece of the root back in alignment here for you personally. But that's what's knocked off some of your seeing because there's a new detailed way, there's a new profound way you're seeing things more true, is what they said. All right. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. That was pretty cool. Thank you so much for being here. Spicy explains why, yeah, it explains why you haven't eaten a lot lately because that vagus nerve is all off balance there too. But they're asking you to make it a priority, even if it's something small, even if it's a soup, even if it's like, you know, the charcuterie board where you just have cheese and pepperoni or meat or something like that. They need you to like make sure that you are energetically staying intact because of a lot of the energy work that you're doing within your own vessel here, especially with the acupuncturist there. All right. Just little, even if it's just little things, because your energy is just getting depleted in the afternoon here. Um, you're going through that ascension process here too, and there's going to be a lot of activity here between Saturn and Aries and all sorts of type of things. So, you know, it Saturn really works with our bones and stuff like that. So when you're starting to feel these heavy densities, you know, when you really strengthen the energies of Saturn here, which is coming back on the 29th, you're going to really promote more clarity, more clear thinking as you move through these things, no matter what reality you're into. So They keep it's funny because they keep saying all the time, Saturn's coming for you, which is hilarious, most definitely. If anybody else would like to jump into a reading, the link is in the bio here, guys. We are doing readings for 3333 for mini and 4444 for full tarot, and then for psychic and tarot, we are jumping into 6666. So the collective energy here is beautiful because it's been all over the place, and a lot of people are bringing a lot more. It's just beautiful to see the different ascension processes that people are going through. Um, because everybody's coming to their own each uniqueness and awareness of what they're having to move through. But a lot of it's emotional, and a lot of people's defenses go up because they don't know that there is different ways to process those things, and sometimes they do, they just don't really know how to. um and the only thing that you're really up against is you and your own reality and moving through the different densities that are presented to you. It's all learning experience. It really is neither like to be looked at as negative or anything. It's to be looked at as something that is to be able to teach you how to see the new perception and the new colored glasses that you need, you know. I don't think this collective has heard that. I don't think this one has heard that. Mm-mm. Look at that. The Emperor. It's all about people learning how to literally stand in their power. Like when people sit here and they don't understand what it means when somebody's like, speak your truth or stand in your power here. A lot of people take it as like it's this kind of thing. And speaking your truth is things on multiple levels here. It's not like just your story, it's you learning how to energetically move things by your words and the way that you are using your frequency to connect with different energies and to also literally move with other energies outside of you. So you're learning a lot about this communication and about words and frequency and vibration, and there's so many different things that are going on outside of you. It makes it very difficult sometimes for people to work through these emotional processes. Plus, you've got the frequency and the vibration that's, chaotic. When you go outside, you don't even want to necessarily be outside because of the frequencies and how much you hear and how much you feel, and there's certain levels of awareness that people are coming to. And so people are having different energetic reactions based upon places that they visit and things that they go and do. And it's no longer just about not being able to be around certain energies or certain people. It's really about not even being able to deal with certain types of frequencies because of the fact is that those frequencies are coming out in droves right now. And this is part of the people that are activating third strand DNAs. They're in a very sensitive place right now. And so this is why a lot of people, in a sense, you've seen people either go into this hermit mode space because they don't want to go outside, they don't want to interject. It's really hard for them to even go find a place to step into nature and be quiet because of all this consumption. I mean, look at everything that's being thrown down your throat on a daily basis, right? So you've got everything all over TikTok. They know that's how you get your news. They know that's how they're setting stuff up. That's how they know they interject, with different energies here. So it's very interesting to see the different moves in the collective here. Okay. Miss Mama Briggs, is there something that you want to know specifically here, my dear? It's just very interesting to see the different energies popping off all over the place. hmm It just makes it harder to like, like how many, like, okay, I don't have a problem with going to the grocery store. I can shut my shit off to where I don't have to listen. I don't have to see. I can shut that stuff off and just be a stupid human robot. All right. But then, but then now you've got these new layers that are opening up, and then you're able. It's just different. It's just different. I can't interject anymore because it's almost like a level of stupidity when you walk out your door. And Jay always said this to me. He was like, yo, when you walk out your door, you're going to the past. And I'm like, no shit, bro. No shit. It's like when I walk out my door, it's like 1930. I'm like, oh, I've seen that game before. That's funny. It's you just been here too many times. You've been here too much before, and so people are starting to realize those circles, those cycles, and this is the beautiful part of ascension and awareness and part of the process of moving through the layers. All right, they asked me to pull this career deck here. Yeah. Huh. Okay. So, Mama Briggs, I need to get in touch with you here so we can do that energetic cleanse. We'll get that scheduled here today. All right. This is funny, but not funny. All right, we're looking at past, present, future here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so that's future here. All right. You have a lot of people skills. You work with people like it's you may not work with people, but you have a knack for working with people. You have an understanding. You do look at everybody as equal, and this is part of the beauty of how you see things, okay? But you're really starting to see how different energies that you come into connection with affect you here. You work well with people's emotions. You can read people in a sense of understanding why they do something here. So you've honed in and really started to learn these people skills. Um, it's like they're telling me that like small things that used to bother you or interject with people that you would talk to don't necessarily bother you as much anymore. You've mastered a certain level of people skills through the past year here, especially dealing with, thank you, doctors and different types of people here. All right. There's almost like this freeze. You've been in this hold up, you've been in this freeze here. Now, this is what's present. You feel like this stuck energy, right? And you feel like things are frozen and you feel like it's taking a lot longer for something to move on, right? And there's no direction here is what they're telling me. But this is a void. You're in a void. And it's almost as if like what I see is this earth and this reality in which you're in, and then they literally put you in a box and they sidestepped you energetically because you're in a voided process. And I really feel like this is for the betterment of your own mentality here. I don't know what this specifically has to do with yet, but I do know it has to do with kind of moving you energetically this way in a roundabout way to make more magic happen, to make more wealth happen. And literally, there is this like the great match that comes out here respectively is not talking necessarily about a partnership. It's actually talking about you finalizing what it is that you're doing. It's like you have perfect work for you. Okay, I do see you kind of like feeling like you have to necessarily move because you feel like there's nothing here in a sense for you when it comes to work, when it comes to business. It feels like I can't grow. I'm enjoying the family. I'm enjoying that process, but I feel like I can't grow. So I feel like this movement here that you might take into consideration to actually feel like where you can grow and more energetically be at peace, because wherever you're at right now, you're not in energetic peace, okay? They're telling me right now, this is very interesting. Originality comes out. So you're working on something that's original here, and they're telling me that the original product, they love the original product, and the original product is where the magic is. and it's going to create a lot of wealth for you here. Okay, literally, like you have the power to create this wealth. You're working towards a real type of sustained wealth. Okay, you have an original idea, and this also comes with Mercury energy, which is movement here. Okay, movement, and they're giving me the vibration of water, so things are moving in flow, but you feel like you're in a void. You feel like your kind of things are frozen in time, and it's kind of pushing you to feel like you have to go somewhere. When you feel like you have to do something, that's part of the ego. Sometimes that's part of the masculine energy here. So just sit tight is what they're showing me. Yeah, look, they threw egotism and authority here. So you're in a rush to get something completed. You're in a rush to complete this, and this is because you're just in this point where you're just like, oh my god, I'm so sick of this, I'm done with this. Now what that means here to me is whether it's the project that you just want done and complete, or whether this is the energetic move here, but you are showing up here as the authoritarian. But the authoritarian is also giving me the energy here that there's something that's going to be invested in by somebody else. There's somebody that's going to invest in something, okay, that has to do with this wealth right here. Negotiation. So the Queen of Cups comes out here, and this is an emotional negotiation here that you are going to do. Okay? It's because you put your heart and soul and time into something here. This is telling you to stand your boundaries when this investor or this whatever this is of wealth you're working towards is going to come in. Stand your grounds here. You're not stuck, you're just in a void waiting for, okay, you're not stuck, you're just in a void waiting to take the original print and make something of it. So this is all part of the illusion in this process here for you. It feels that way because you also know that you're trying to plan for your own future, and you want to do things, and you feel like you're stuck and tied in. Okay, but they're telling me just trust, trust, trust. Like right now, you're just in this void. You're not stuck. You're almost out of this in between here. You're right at the seams, is what they just said. The Page of Pentacles just came out. This is absolutely beautiful. This is the new start and a new beginning. This is really something that's going to be foundationally seen for you. This is something that's the new. It's a new way of making money. It's a new way of doing things. It's a new foundation that's being brought to you. Most definitely here. All right, guys. I appreciate you. If you guys need anything, you can reach me at fourcornershealing37.com. Link is in the bio. If you guys want to become a site member, you can do so for free. All right. And then we do have VIP memberships where you pay $15 a month and you get elemental reads every week. You also get a spiritual bath blog for the new moon, the full moon. And you also get astrology report that ties into not only things that are going on in your human reality, but spirituality. So for $15, it's well worth it there. I was tired of people doing a subscription on TikTok live, and the most thing that I could really do for them is have a sub only live, or something like that, and I wanted to be able to give people more. So it's $15 to come into that VIP access. Oh, and I forgot, with that VIP access, you also get 10% off all services and readings and stuff like that too when you do the $15. There is a new membership that Jay and I have discussed. It's in the very beginning process, but what we're going to do is have a membership here too, where you can sign up for monthly reads for a membership cost, and also 1 or 2 reads a month, or possibly weekly here. So we haven't discussed how that's going to lay out, but you could also have a membership to pay for weekly or bi-weekly or monthly reads here too on the back end, and it will be, of course, a less cost to you because there is a membership that's going in there. So we're on the very verges of tapping in and putting that out. You'll get more emails and stuff like that about the products and services that we are releasing and how we're expanding and changing things. I've been asked a lot about having spiritual retreats this year and so on and so forth. So those things are coming near. You guys will get those announcements and stuff like that. I promise you, you'll know way ahead of time. All right, when that transpires here soon. And we will get with you very, very soon. Take care of yourselves and each other, guys. All right. Oh, by the way, if you would like to hang out with my partner in crime later, please do so. That's Son of Sky in here, also known as Four Corners Healing 37 there. And he does energy reads based upon the chakra system and the auric field. But when he reads this energy, he not only teaches you how to work with that energy, to move that energy, but he also does the healing for you as well while holding your hand through that process. So he'll be on sometime later today. You guys do not want to miss that. I promise you. You know how people sit here and do like light language healings and quantum healings and such and such and so on. Very cosmic energy. This man is very cosmic by all means, but he's very grounded with his energy and his touch because he had a good teacher for a very long time. So it's going to be very different than what you see when you're looking at energy such as quantum healings and stuff like that. He definitely pulls his own flavor into it for sure. So take care of yourselves and each other, guys. All right. Till we meet again. Mwah.